Between the Richmond Spiders and the Georgetown Hoyas. Tip-off is driven by CarMax, the official used car retailer of the University of Richmond Spiders. CarMax, the way car buying should be. The Hoyas take control off of the tip, and already we see the speed from Kelsey Ransom. Handling the basketball right now is Victoria Rivera, Pasadena, Texas native. Hessian dishes it over. McBride with a jumper. Goes off the iron, and Rachel Olstrom collects her first rebound of the game. That's another thing about her game is not only can she score, she can gobble up some boards along the way.
Yeah, she can do a little bit of everything. And so if you need something to happen, Rachel Olstrom can do that. That's one thing Georgetown's going to have to try to stop tonight.
Here is Allie Sweeney. She dishes it to the top of the key for Katie Hill. Drives to the left side, and with the left hook, gets the basket.
Katie Hill's like the game starter. This is like the fourth or fifth time this year she started the game off with a basket. And so she knows how to get things going for the Spiders.
Against Oakland, Katie Hill had 7 assists in the Daytona Beach Classic. 2 for 2. 2 wins down in Florida for the Spiders. 76-49 victory against Oakland, and then against Oklahoma State, 57-53 victory. As the corner jumper is no good. Second chance, no, but third time's the charm for the Hoyas. And that time it is Jaden McBride from the left side of the hoop.
That's going to be a battle to watch out for tonight, the bigs. To see who's going to control the paint tonight, who's going to be able to take control of that. It's going to be huge tonight on both ends.
And this is a Georgetown team that has some serious size, especially from Ariel Jenkins. Long wingspan, and she has 13 blocks on the season. Sweeney, the point guard for the Spiders, goes back out to Budnick with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. They dish to Olstrom. She drives to the hoop, gets the basket, and a whistle sounds.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth battle, a lot of energy on both ends. You're going to have to keep pace on both ends. I feel like if you don't keep the pace on both ends, somebody might slip up there. So expect a high, intense game tonight on both ends.
Here's Rivera for 3, and she cashes that in for a triple. And the Hoyas take a 5-4 lead with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hoyas on the season, 4 wins and 3 losses. They're coming off of a 69-63 win against their crosstown rivals against Howard on the road. Sweeney goes from the right side. Just couldn't get the basket, but does draw the foul. So far through 8 games. First one goes off the front from Sparta, New Jersey. She gets the second one to go through, and we've got a tie game at 5. Sweeney has really been a bright spot, like you said, Darrell, because she might not have seen the floor all that much in her freshman season, but she's gotten a healthy dose, playing a lot of minutes lately for Richmond.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people may have not thought she may have been that person to start, but she's come out and done a really good job for Richmond.
And Rivera cashes in for her second 3 ball of the night, and it puts Georgetown ahead by 3 points. Some light pressure on the press by the Hoyas. Sweeney matched up against Kelsey Ransom. Sweeney in a trap right by the Georgetown bench. They're bringing the momentum early in the first. Budnick from the free throw line drives inside, off the glass and in.
And that's what you're going to have to do.
Hoyas with the basketball. Here's Ransom at the top of the key, drives to the left side, a little too short on the jumper, and Anna Camden collects the rebound for the Spiders.
And if you're the Spiders, you have to be happy. She's 0 for 4 right now, and that's the way you want to keep it. If you're the Spiders, you do not want to get her going.
Neither team has scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Spiders looking to break that. Nisha Newell, the freshman from Maryland, goes into the paint. Over to the left side, pirouettes, goes off the glass, into the basket, and the Spiders take the lead at 9-8 to break the scoring drought.
Jaeda Wilson actually did a good job defensively there. It was just a better play made there by Richmond, but she did a really good job defensively all the way up until the basket was scored.
So now here is Ransom trying to drive in.
Ransom can do the exact same thing for Georgetown, and that's why they've been successful so far this season.
Free throw ties it up at 9, and there you see the head coach for the Spiders, Aaron Russell, who took this team to the NCAA tournament last year and gathered his 100th career victory in a Spiders uniform. She played 21 minutes in the last game with 9 points. 3 ball in the way, that's good. And Maggie Dugan gives the Spiders a 12-10 lead. Ransom puts up a shot. Might have gotten a hand on it as Jimenez comes up with a rebound. Just a 1-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so the Spiders look to hold it to end period number 1. They're up 12-10. Sweeney with the basketball. Sophomore who played 35 minutes in the last game against Oklahoma State. She drives inside, goes back and puts it through.
She continues to grow. Every single time she's on the floor, you can see growth.
14-10 so far over Georgetown of the first quarter. What do you think his impressions are so far?
He's got to be happy with what he's seeing to an extent so far. But both teams are wearing themselves out early in this one. You can see, I'm going to say exhausting, but you can definitely tell they've been competing hard in this first quarter. But he has to be happy with what he's seen so far.
Hessian dishes down to Ariel Jenkins. We'll see how they use her here in the second. Ransom goes back to Hessian, who is guarded up against Allie Sweeney. Three-pointer on the way for the Hoyas off the front of the hoop and rebounded by Addie Budnick. Budnick had 11 points in the last game against Oklahoma State. It was her second double-figure game of the season. So far for her, 2 points this evening. 3 points for Sweeney and 3 for Dugan on the Spiders side.
Oh, man.
Making another one for Allie Sweeney.
What a tough shot there by Sweeney. Going amongst the trees, taking the body contact.
Rivera handles. Now dishes over to Ransom. Tries the inside look. Good defense by the Spiders. Had a couple of defenders matched up against her.
A great job. Collapsing from behind, getting the block, and now you got to go find a way to score off of it.
Pass over to Dugan. Back outside to Sweeney. Sweeney takes the screen against Budnick. Inside feed there, but a foul is called.
It's all foul, and now the Spiders have the basketball.
Dugan with the shot. Dugan with the basket. And she's got 5 points. It's the largest lead for the Spiders so far. 18-10. This is a team that has so far an undefeated record at 8-0. They are riding a 24-game home winning streak, which is the 4th largest in Division I.
And it's impressive. I mean, it is. Some people say it's easy to win at home, but it's still hard to win 24 straight games at home.
And it's been hard to match up against Rivera. Another basket for her. It's her 3rd three-pointer of the evening, and that is where she likes to attack. Currently ranked 2nd in the Big East with 20 three-pointers on the year. Tie up, Dugan finds Jimenez. Now an open receiver with Oderkirk off the left side, and an unlucky roll for the Spiders.
Yes, and once again, the Georgetown defense comes up in the clutch. Great hustle on that end, and they get points off of it.
And an open receiver with Wilson. She gets the basket to go through for her first 2 points of the night. 3-point lead for the Spiders. Oderkirk looks to extend it. Misses it to the right side.
The Spiders have to be careful here because you don't want to rush any shots because Georgetown can get right back into the contest.
How about that shot by Kadee Hessian? Taking some contact, but still getting the basket to go through. Menez fakes the corner three, finds Budnick on the inside, pirouettes off the glass and through. Last time out with the Hoyas, she had only 3 points and gathered 4 rebounds. Wilson tries for it. Actually, I think they called it on Jaeda McBride, excuse me. So now Hill bounces it down low, finds Sam Dewey, and she converts for 2. Her sister, Kayla, was a standout at Notre Dame and now plays in the WNBA with the Minnesota Lynx. 3 ball on the way for Rivera. Too strong that time. The rebound goes to Katie Hill. 2 minutes to go. The Spiders looking to close out the first half strong.
I knew that McBride name was familiar.
On a basketball ties, she also had another sister that played at Indiana, Carly. Spin move by Dugan. She draws the foul against Rivera. And a trio of rebounds. First one goes through for Dugan. Related tools and flooring accessories.
Tough mountain to climb going into the second half.
And Georgetown hasn't scored in the last 5 minutes. They've also turned the ball over 3 times in that span. Hessian handles at the top of the key. Tries for the three-pointer. Bounces off the rim and then handled by Jimenez. Newell handles with 11 seconds to go in half number 1. Spiders looking for an exclamation point. She drives inside, turns the ball over. 3 seconds left, and a smart decision, or a A foul is called against Richmond.
That's what I like about Georgetown's defense. Even though there are a little bit of struggles here at the end of this first half, just never giving up. Feisty, and that's what we saw on that play.
So relatively low scoring in the first half. Allie Sweeney out there for the Spiders, as well as Katie Hill and Dugan, along with Rachel Olstrom. Olstrom, who has been a dynamic scorer for the Spiders, held to just 2 points in the first half. Looking to catch fire in the second. She handles the basketball inside the paint, goes to the left side, a little too short on the layup attempt, and then it's stolen away by Ariel Jenkins.
And that's a great job by Georgetown's defense. And Ransom gets on the board. That's exactly what you want. Great interior play.
Dribbles right by her own bench. Now passes the basketball over to Budnick. Sweeney to the right side. Layup is good, and that's something we saw.
That's a good thing right there for Richmond.
So now Georgetown handles 4-3 record for the Hoyas so far, but they've won back-to-back games on the road. Jenkins for three from up top, and that cashes through.
Now, it may have not been in the paint, but Jenkins gets on the board, and that's what they're looking for. They got to get Jenkins and Ransom going, and they both get points early in the third.
That is her third three-pointer made on the season out of 5 attempts. Inside feed to Olstrom, matched up, and she gets the basket to go through. Jaeda Wilson now slows the tempo. Still handles, matches up against Budnick with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Another loose ball right by the Hoyas bench. Corner three, blocked. Dugan gets a hand on it, and it's a shot clock violation.
And now Richmond able to take advantage of it.
28-22 lead for the Spiders. Point guard Allie Sweeney leading the way with 7 points. Hands it off to Hill. Goes to Budnick. Now Dugan takes control. Budnick matches up against Jaden McBride, the freshman from Erie, PA. Olstrom pirouettes. Throws it up with the right hand and gets another basket. Options back over to Rivera. Gotta watch her on the perimeter. Bounces it over to Jenkins. Mishandles, gathers the basketball, and now the Spiders come up with it. Sweeney tiptoes across the timeline, finds Olstrom. Decides not to shoot the three-pointer. Now the Spiders set up the offense. Dugan, corner, over to Budnick. And now back over to Dugan with 13 seconds left to shoot. Inside move. Great fake by Dugan, and she gets the layup. And 2 assists. Looking for an open receiver. Tough defense from Hill. Inside lob to Jenkins, and she swishes it through.
You know, Camden comes off the bench, hasn't played since the first quarter, and gets a block right off the bat.
Excellent energy from the Spiders bench. Here is Budnick. Spins around, goes to the right side, just missed the shot. We've seen that move from her before in this game, and it's been successful.
And that's usually her magic move. She usually can get in there and make that shot, but great defense by Georgetown.
So now Jaden McBride passes it over to Victoria Rivera, Pasadena, Texas native in her junior year. Hessian draws the foul. They have not had an easy schedule this year to begin. They also had some good news to begin this week as they received 13 votes in this week's AP.
That's a really good thing there for Richmond. Can they continue to work on that, continue to grow from that? And I think Coach Purcell has his team with the right mindset right now.
So now here's Jimenez for the Spiders. Low feed down to Olstrom, interrupted by Kelsey Ransom. Another takeaway from her in this ball game. Coming into today, she had 17 steals on the season. Here is Wilson with the right-footed move. Nice shot by Jaeda Wilson. And she now has 4 points tonight.
It's a tough shot by Wilson. High off the glass, but able to make that shot. And I love her game. Love her game.
Trims it down to a 2-possession lead and an offensive foul
against that smaller defender and make that go down. So good job there by Jaeda Wilson.
Hoyas on a 6-0 run so far over the last 2.5 minutes. Ransom looks to continue it, goes to the left side and draws the foul.
And drawing the foul there. So now Georgetown has a chance to get this a little bit closer.
Free throw from Ransom, and that's something that Newell and Sweeney complement each other with, is their vision and able to find open teammates. Newell with the jumper off the side of the backboard and wrangled in by Victoria Rivera. That's her 6th rebound of the ball game. And she has 9 points for the Hoyas.
Shot selection is going to be really critical here in these next few possessions for both teams.
Bounce it to Ransom, pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Gets her own rebound, and now she gives the Hoyas the lead at 33-32.
She's starting to crank up a little bit. And if you're Richmond, you gotta put an end to that. Great job there by Ransom.
9 points in the game for Ransom. She scored 28 last time out against Howard. Camden looks to answer. Can't get it to the left side. And Ransom gets the rebound. Dish over to Jenkins. Right side of the hoop. In. And the Hoyas extend this run. Matches up against Ransom. Left side. Offensive foul.
Take advantage of it. But down that defensive side, the defensive player of the year is starting to crank up.
Ransom handles on the left side, guarded by Katie Hill. Floats up the jumper, and it goes through. She's now in double figures and leads the Hoyas. 20 seconds to go in the third period. So Georgetown ahead 37-32.
Richmond needs a basket here bad, and a team that shoots so well behind the three-point line, that's something that I'm surprised at the 1-5 so far. They've got to find a way to get some points.
Dishes outside to Olstrom for three, just short. And that closes out the third quarter here at the Robbins Center.
Jenkins and Ransom going, and they're both doing good things right now.
And this has been a defensive game. Thought that maybe there was a chance for a shootout in this contest. However, defense has been the headliner. 3 ball on the way for Wilson. Misses to the left side, and the rebound is handled by Dugan. Takes a bump against Wilson, and she's labeled for the foul.
Start to make plays on their side of the ball. Who's going to be that person in the fourth quarter? I guess time will tell.
Scoring leader for the Spiders is Maggie Dugan. She has 9 points, 3 for 8 for shooting. Goes to the left side, make it now 11 points. And the first Spider to get into double figures. It's also Dugan's 7th consecutive game scoring double digits. Now a foul called, and boy, it looked like Katie Hill had a tie-up as she's down on the floor.
I think she might have ran into the elbow there.
It's an intentional foul called against Ariel Jenkins. So, Rachel Olstrom will go to the free throw line for a pair of shots. Excellent from the free throw line this season. Cashes it in. She's now 19 for 19 on the year.
It's a good start to the season for Olstrom.
Second one goes through. Yeah, and down in Florida, a very excellent performance. In fact, record-breaking against Oakland. When Georgetown is ahead after 3 quarters of play, they have gone 3-0 this season. See if Sweeney can give the Spiders the lead. She passes over to Olstrom with 7 seconds left to shoot. Now a dish over to Dugan from the right side. Goes through. 13 points for Maggie Dugan. Leading scorer for the Spiders. Just give her the rock.
Just great job. Getting inside, use the shoulder to be able to get in that good position and get the 2 points for Richmond and reclaim the lead.
Now Kelsey Ransom looks to answer on the fadeaway, but a foul is called.
Good job of cutting that Spider momentum because they were starting to crank it up a little bit.
It's been a lot of lead changes in this game, 6 to be exact. Everybody in attendance gave her a big round of applause.
She's as tough as they come.
Ball trickles down, and it goes over to Georgetown's. Georgetown looking to extend their win streak now to 3 consecutive games, whereas the Spiders want to keep that home record at an undefeated mark. Ransom.
Things happen. That's what Ransom is doing right now for Georgetown.
Unlucky couple of bounces for. Next one on the way goes through. And now here's Rachel Olstrom with the basketball, trying to feed it to Budnick. She collects it up top, hands it over to Dugan, fakes the 3, drives towards the free throw line. Budnick for a trio. Off the back iron.
And the uncharacteristic day from the three-point line continues for Richmond. They cannot get a bucket to go.
And this ball game, they have shot just 11% from downtown. Ransom drives inside and gets it through. Georgetown now leading by 3 points. Allie Sweeney off the screen, set by Budnick. Long pass over to Katie Hill. Now a low feed for Budnick. Finds Dugan. Got the layup. And now a chance to tie it up as she drew the foul. Dugan with the free throw. Swishes it. And now it's tied up at 41. We were talking with head coach Darnell. Haney for Georgetown said that his assistant saw Siobhan in the transfer portal and immediately jumped on it. Now Jenkins tries the layup, gets the foul against Budnick. That is Budnick's first of the ball game. 101 of 119 games in 4 years here in Richmond.
And it's impressive. I mean, she was such a vital part of the Spiders team over the last couple of years.
Foul was called against Jenkins. And now a switcheroo.
Maybe not in an angry way, but just it's going to be very physical and a very tight ball game between now and the end of this fourth.
Spiders need a defensive stop here. Ransom handles, matched up against Katie Hill from the free throw line. Couple of bounces and it goes through for Ransom. Now with 17 points in the ball game.
And good job by Ransom, because she could have easily went to the basket. She saw Budnick, stopped on the dime, drops down the jump shot.
She was cold in the first half, but has caught some heat here in the second. Budnick with the handoff to Rachel Olstrom. Options over to Maggie Dugan, who leads the way for Richmond with 16 points. Lob over.
That connection is usually strong between those two.
Sam Dewey is now in for Richmond. Ransom, options to the corner for a three from Jaeda Wilson. Offensive rebound by Jenkins. And on the second chance effort, she gets it through. If you're Richmond, you need a basket here on this possession. Try and capture some of that momentum back. Sweeney drives in, and a whistle sounds against Gardner-Webb here in the Robbins Center on November 15th. 1 for 2 from the free throw line as Ransom collects the rebound.
She doesn't play like the typical sophomore. That's one thing for sure.
5 points separate these two. 47-42 Georgetown with 4 minutes to go. Siobhan Ryan dishes over to Kelsey Ransom. She drives in, tries the reversal. Jenkins is there for the recovery on the rebound, and she draws the foul. So Jenkins goes for the first free throw. And fellow Atlantic 10 opponent, George Mason. For Darnell Haney, this is the first time as the Georgetown head coach that he has faced an Atlantic 10 opponent. Sweeney handles over to Katie Hill. Dugan, low feed over to Olstrom, tipped away but recovered by Sweeney. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Olstrom fakes the three, goes back to Sweeney. She goes to the left side, goes to Budnick, right side of the hoop, gets the shot to go. Goes off the screen. Corner three from Wilson. A little too strong. That would have been a great shot for the Hoyas.
Wouldn't have been a dagger, but it definitely would have put a stop to Richmond's momentum.
The Spiders have broken that big run by the Hoyas. They're trying to take back the lead with 2:45. Sweeney for three. Missed it that time. Tie up on the jump ball. It'll stay with Richmond. An inbounds pass coming up for the Spiders. 20 seconds on the shot clock reset. Olstrom guarded heavily by Ransom. Three ball on the way for Sweeney. Got it this time! Now it's a 1-point game on the Wawa three.
And I'll continue to say, sophomore who? I mean, sometimes you just forget that she's a sophomore, playing like a senior right now.
This place is the loudest that it's been all night. Hoyas looking to answer. Ransom drives inside, pulls up, and gets the friendly roll to make it a 3-point separation.
She's doing a really good job right now for Georgetown.
Sweeney on the bouncer over to Dugan. Drives in, over to the right side, got the layup to go, and Dugan extends her leading score now to 18 points.
How do you stop it? You know, when she gets in the right position, she can make that play all day.
Crossover move by Ransom. Now two defenders, and Dugan gets hit with the foul. Dugan's Richmond career that she has scored in double figures to reach 1,000 in her career. And if she gets that mark this season, she would become the 29th player in Spiders program history to have 1,000 or more points.
Wow. She's knocking on the door. Her teammates are in the top 10, and she's knocking on the door.
Budnick sets the screen for Sweeney. Tries to go to the right side. Loose ball. Fighting for it on the floor. Tie up between Hill and Ransom, and it goes to Georgetown. 1 minute to go here from the Robins Center. McBride handles against Maggie Dugan. Pass over to Jaeda Wilson. Swings it back over to McBride, who now finds Ransom, who leads the way for Georgetown scorers. Matched up against Dugan, blocked away. Crucial play for the Spiders, and she also draws the foul. First one goes through for Dugan. 52-50. Hoyas ahead. Now it's a 1-point score. Big free throws from Dugan that time. Now, a defensive stop for the Spiders is needed here to keep this undefeated season going. Wilson goes over to Rivera. Now handled by McBride. Defensive play by Maggie Dugan for the Spiders. 10 seconds left to shoot for the Hoyas. And a timeout is called. Georgetown to a 23-12 record last season. So the inbounds pass will be coming up for Kelsey Ransom. 8 seconds left on the shot clock for the Hoyas. They feed it back over to Ransom, who is guarded by Jimenez. 2 defenders on her, stolen away, and now 15 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, here we go. That's what I was saying. I was waiting to see if coach was going to call that timeout. We know Budnick knows how to get, make clutch shots at big time. So that's who I would go to.
Richmond does have 2 timeouts remaining. If Russell doesn't like what he sees, he could use it. And actually, it's going to go the other way as Georgetown uses its timeout.
Oh, we had a little Chris Webber moment.
Here we go. 5 seconds to go. Here is Budnick. Right side. Got it! Got it to the right side, and it's Addie Budnick. What a job by her.
And there's ways to play defense without having to be all up on the defender. So let's see what happens here.
So McBride will be the passer. Katie Hill waving her arms, trying to deflect the basketball. Option 1, not there. Option 2 there. Deep 3 for Rivera. Oh my! Oh my!
Whoa.
Victoria Rivera, who had not scored since the first half, with a deep 3 to give Georgetown the advantage. Spiders need to find an open look. Budnick is matched up against the tallest player on the floor, Ariel Jenkins.
Dugan might be the move here, just depending on who they have guarding.
They give it to Allie Sweeney. Fakes it. Time runs out after the shot is up. It was good. It was good, but too late. They will look at this just to double check, but Georgetown appears to have this one in the win.